5 families a day that come through our furniture bank. They're referred by 30 or 40 different agencies in the city, City of Ottawa Social Services, churches, community groups. There's a ton of agencies all over the city that work with families in need. People who have secured housing but don't necessarily have the funds available to furnish their homes. So everyone's received here. We have a volunteer that welcomes them, and they will get, this is one of my favorite parts, even though it's so simple, everyone gets a little color coded tag to be able to choose all the things they want and put that on each of the items, which I'll show you once we're in the in the showroom. But essentially, you can picture individuals or families who have, could be newcomers, people moving out of a homeless shelter, women fleeing violence and having to set up a new home with their kids. They come here and it's like a shopping experience. So they get to choose, they have the dignity of choice to select the items that they want to make their house a home. And we have a lot, a lot of families, and we've been told this so many times, people who are get an apartment, say, but they're sleeping on the floor, their kids don't have a table to sit and eat at, and so it's a significant transformation just in terms of that space to be able to get from an empty sort of shell to a place where you feel like this is your home. I'll show you a couple things in here, which is, it's, some of this stuff is as simple as people choosing a painting. There's cutlery, all the things you would need to get your kitchen set up. Linens and pillows. We get returns from, say, companies that take online orders for mattresses and things, and if they get any returns, then they'll send them directly to us, and they can be in the home of a family the next day. Let me show you the showroom as well. Maybe we'll go back towards this side because this is a little bit, hasn't been set up nicely for the day yet, but essentially each of the clients, the families that come through, it's typically families, it can be individuals as well, have about 45 minutes with us. And so there'll be a volunteer that walks through with them, and they get sort of the volunteer gives a bit of guidance in terms of how many rooms, how many people do you have in your house. But people come through and they just select any of the items that they want for themselves. And that's going back to the color-coded tags that I was showing you. So then all of that stuff gets tagged. Volunteers come through, take all of that out to the dispatch area, and then the next day it's delivered to their homes. So you can imagine from, someone comes today, this afternoon, they have their stuff chosen, the next day it's in their house. It's that simple of a process. 5 homes, 5 families, households every day, 5 days a week. So you can imagine up to 25 homes a week being furnished in the city. So it's a huge impact. I think this year with COVID disruptions, it's obviously been a challenge, but we've had, I think it'll be between 650 and 700 homes that are fully furnished in the city.
That's amazing. So where do most of the donations come from?
It's mostly individuals throughout the city, people who are downsizing, people who have been at home during the pandemic and realize they're not using the furniture that's been in their basement for a long time. So we get calls. Every day we have 100 calls for people who are interested in looking at donating their furniture. We have a possibility of people dropping off items here at the warehouse. And we also have a pickup service every day, 5 days a week. There's a truck and a crew going out and picking up items throughout the city.
And what are you most in need of?
We're most in need of dressers and beds and mattresses, and then kitchen tables. So those are the things that are just always in demand from the families that come through. And we we go through, you can see there's a wall of mattresses, and that every day that amount will be gone, and then we'll have to sort of start over the next day. So you can imagine the stuff coming in and out, and those items are just always in demand.
Right. So as realtors, we are in people's homes all the time, and they're constantly downsizing, doing that sort of thing. So for us to be able to help you the very best we can, what would you suggest when we're in our clients' houses and talking about how they can best call, donate? How quick is that response if we needed to do something fairly quickly?
It depends a little bit on times of the year. So in the summer, it's super, super busy. You can imagine it slows down a little bit in the winter, but we have someone here every day taking calls, and then we schedule drop-offs or pickups, and it could be up to 2-3 weeks in advance, or it could be depending on, especially if I have items that are really in demand, then we'll take that pretty quickly. But it really depends on the flow of stuff, how much space we have at a particular time. We have 3,700 square feet here, which means that we can't store weeks worth of stuff. So sometimes it's a matter of actually checking our inventory and making sure that we're not going to bring in too much, but also sort of finding that balance to make sure we don't run out of stuff either. So I guess it's a bit of a long answer, but it depends on the time of year, especially.
And you're taking cash donations as well as furniture donations, is that correct?
That's right. So we're running as a charity here, and I think I was saying to Catherine before, it's about $400+ per home furnished on average, the total cost for us, and that's running the trucks. We have some staff for that, for the heavy lifting roles in particular. Rent, all the operational costs, $400 or so per home. And so for donors who want to support us with furniture, obviously that's absolutely essential, but we also welcome donations to support this operation as well.
Okay, wonderful. Well, on behalf of our team and our clients, we wish to donate $1,000 to
That's
Matching
amazing.
Furnishings.
So you can think of that as being at least 2 homes that are furnished with that donation. So that's a huge contribution.
That's wonderful. That's great. Thank you so much for the tour in here, and
Yeah, amazing.
we really appreciate it.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Thank you.